record here as well. So if you're on this webinar right now, it means you're part of the Go for Gold challenge. If you're not part of the Go for Gold challenge, of course you can be part of this call at the same time. It's a training call every single week between now and Accelerate in Paris that is happening literally in 4 weeks from now. My goodness, it's going fast, isn't it? We're doing a training. We're going to go through every single one of the major skills in order to grow your business, to grow the skills that you need in order to be professional in our industry, in order to have the maximum results that you need to have for your business. And this week we got a very special webinar with Jefferson Santos. If you're on the presentation, you got the pleasure of hearing from him. He's going to be talking about how to create your story. Now, before I do that, please tap it on the chat. I want to say a quick hello to some people, and I want to see who is part of the Go for Gold challenge. That means you have been consistently doing presentations every single week since we started. We're now in the 3rd week into it. So I want to see who's part of the Go for Gold challenge, and I want to hear, put on the chat, how many presentations have you done in the last 2 weeks? Put on the chat, because one thing that I'll share with you is that what we shared at the beginning of the Go for Gold challenge is that this is an accountability group. I'll share a quick story with you guys. A little while ago, our company did the Club Fit 60-day challenge. Now, for a very long time, I saw a lot of people that were basically trying to get a lot of different results. But there's something magical when you go from trying to get results, you say you want to do something, to all of a sudden, you hold yourself accountable, you publicly declare your goal that you want to achieve. And that's why, like a lot of you guys, you posted your video with what goal do you want to achieve and why you want to achieve it. I recommend, if you haven't done this, go back and watch your video. Watch what did you say at the beginning of the challenge, and ask yourself, are you doing whatever it takes to be on track to achieve it? Okay. Now, remember I said to you at the beginning of the challenge, it's not going to be easy. Like creating success, guys, it's not easy. I was watching a video with Gary Vee, and a guy asked him from the audience, can you please tell me, I want to create success, I want to create massive amounts of success in the shortest period of time, what should I do? And Gary Vee turns around and looks at him, he goes, well, the problem with that statement to start with is the shortest period of time. There is no short period of time to success. You got to go through the work, and creating massive amounts of success, it's going to take a lot of time and dedication. And a lot of us, because we live in a microwave society, sometimes we will have this mindset of, I want to have success and I want it now. Okay, but we got to put in the work. So we created this challenge to hold each other accountable, so that way when you publicly declare your goal, and number 2, you start tracking your activity, you're already halfway there. Now I see Akma is the only person that posted. She did 4 presentations. Okay, the minimum was 6 on a weekly basis, but you've done 4. Okay, so it's not the minimum, but you've done activity, which is great. Okay, I always celebrate the activity. I celebrate the effort. Sometimes we may not get everything that we want, but at least if you're making the effort, that's the key. But I want to hear from everybody else as well before I bring up Jefferson. How many presentations have you done in the last week? Now, I'm also going to say one of the things that I said to people, if you're not doing minimum 6 presentations a week, 2 weeks in a row, if you don't do it 1 week, it can happen. But if it happens again for a 2nd week, then you got to remove yourself from the challenge. Like some people said to me, but for Sydney, that's harsh. And I'm like, yeah, well, if you go to school and you fail a class, you have to do the class again, right? So that's life. If there isn't a reward at the end of it, and there isn't some type of punishment at the same time, most people are not going to do what it takes. Now, we popped the new bronze in the last few days. from Italy. I don't know if he's on here actually. Okay, we'll celebrate him next time. Okay, but new bronze, I know he's taking some massive action. Pia, 6, my first week. This week you made 3. Awesome, Pia. So that means the week coming now you're gonna do another 6, okay, to keep on track. Who else? If you didn't do the minimum presentations, guys, post it on the chat. Hold yourself accountable. If you didn't hit it, you, again, give yourself a little slap, get back on the horse, keep riding again. Mihaela, 6, awesome, amazing, bravo. Who else? And then we're gonna bring Jefferson on, okay? So here's what I want you guys to do, okay? Awesome, Lisa, 4. Cool. Perfect. So I love it. So guys, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring Jefferson on. I will post a video about this. I want you guys to track your activity, and if you post your tracking sheet, if you don't have a tracking sheet, I will post it when we finish the call so you can start tracking the people that you show every single week. This is very important because I'm going to show you guys some tricks as well to maximize your conversion ratio, maximize how many people you get to join from how many people you show next session. But I will post a video about it so you can basically post your numbers. And if you haven't even put in the effort, guys, there's no point in you being in the challenge. Okay? If you're not even putting in the effort, no point being in the challenge. It's as simple as that. Okay? It's like if you got the opportunity to go to the Olympics and your coach says, all right, we got to train like crazy because we got the shot to go to the Olympics, and you don't show up the next day for training, how long do you reckon that coach is going to work with you before he goes, I'm sorry, we can't put the success of the Olympics in your hands because you're not putting the effort, so we're going to go to plan B. Again, I know some of you guys don't like hearing these, but I need to tell you what you need to hear because you need to have the shift in order to push forward. Okay? Now, we're going into the 4th week right now. So you have the opportunity this week to make up for what you didn't do last week, okay? But if you're not going to push for it, it's okay. Remove yourself from the challenge. You know, maybe we'll do another challenge at some point, and maybe it's a better time for you to participate if you're going to play full out. Maybe there's certain things that sometimes happen in our life, guys, that are outside of our control. I know this, I appreciate it. I was speaking to a lady from our Russian team. She's like, look, I'm sorry I didn't take any action this week. I'm in bed with a fever. I get that. These things happen. I totally get that. And that's cool. You know, like you do what you need to do. But this challenge was for the people that are committed to ranking up. So first you make the commitment, then you make the plan, then you work the plan. So let's get straight into it. So I'm going to basically bring back on the virtual stage my dear friend, one of my mentors, Red Diamond Jefferson Santos, a guy that's been literally leading the way for so long. So fasten your seatbelts. Guys, I am going to apologize a little bit in advance. Jefferson unfortunately had to run off and do something very urgent, so he sent me this video which I'm going to play for you guys as well. It's the training segment. It's in video format, so I want to basically let you know this in advance because I don't want you to think, hey, I'm bringing up Jefferson and then it's a video and then you're like, you lied to us. I don't do that. I believe integrity is absolutely everything. So I'm going to basically bring on Jefferson here to the virtual stage, and I will also be posting this video afterwards. So enjoy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm excited that you're here with us on this training today. And this is a lot about you, that you're pushed for gold. But what I'm talking about right now is one of the most important things. I mean, everything's important, but this is one of the most important things in your business, because telling your story and articulating your story in different ways will not only help you in your future, but also help your team and also help the company. Because here's the thing. I want you to imagine all of us, we're all symphony instrument players, right? There's an amazing symphony or orchestra, right? And all of us are playing our instrument. All of us are playing it in a certain way. that when it's all played in a certain way, it just sounds amazing. And that's what you telling your story, not you trying to tell somebody else's story. It's you telling your story. And so I'm going to show you today, like how to make money using your story. Okay. First of all, I want to thank Efrosini and Octavian and Melanie and all the amazing leaders that are helping you push for these 6 weeks leading up to Accelerate on Going for Gold. So let me jump right into it here real quick and share with you how your story is going to make you money. And this is really, really important here. All right. So let's jump in and do this. And there's my beautiful wife, Megan. Actually, that picture was taken in Puerto Rico a while back. So anyways, so excited about that. All right. So using your story to impact and make money, because here's the thing. When you impact people's lives, you will make money. You know what a dollar is? A dollar or a euro is a thank you note, right? That means you gave value to somebody's life to where they're willing to give you money. And if you know how to tell your story correctly and the correct story at the right time, then it's going to be amazing. All right. So different ways to use your story. Okay. Here's the different ways to use your story. Number one, after the presentation. So, one of your leaders, or you do a webinar, how to tell your story after the webinar or after a live presentation. Okay. Another way is how to do the 3-step setup. This is kind of how you would share your story right before you press play on a video. Okay. Another way is similarly, you'd use that same 3-step setup to pique interest in somebody that would be interested in actually looking at what you're doing because of what you said in your story. Okay. The after the training story, which is you attended a training, things are different for you. You're ready to reset and kind of get going again. And then what is your story after the training? Because that helps people when they hear a story like that, success story after a training, then it helps sell more tickets to trainings, which we know helps train your people, create leaders, and create more duplication, right? And that's super key. Product story, how to share your product story. All right. And then I just got started story. There's some of you that are so new that you think your story doesn't matter. Your story does matter. Every single story, whether it's new or whether somebody's been here for 10 years at Seacret, it doesn't matter. Your story is super, super important. All right. So let's talk about, this is kind of like the main after the presentation story. All right. This is what you would record on a video or you would share obviously after a presentation. So here's the framework of it. Okay. So everything's on framework. So you can write this down and you can practice it, because I'm going to ask you after this training today is to post your story, like video yourself sharing your 45-second story. Okay. And post it in the group here. Okay. So number one, your name and background. Okay. Who you are. And if you're a banker or you sell cars or you're in cosmetics or whatever your background is, because your prospect's wondering, who are you and what do you do? Right. So you share your name, your background, your limiting situation, meaning I was working 60 hours a week. I never saw my kids. I worked so much, but I had so much month at the end of my money, meaning I didn't have enough money at the end of the month, right, for bills. Was struggling. I had 2 jobs, had to get 3 jobs. Like, it's the limiting situation prior to Seacret. Okay. Maybe you were skeptical about network marketing. Maybe you're like, you know what? I thought these network marketing things didn't work. Whatever the limiting situation. Then you heard about Seacret through a friend or somebody had you sample the product or whatever, right? So a friend told you about it, and then you jumped in with the Pro Pack or you jumped in with the Power Pack. If you got a preview pack, you don't have to share that. That's okay. But it's important that when you share what package you got, it tells the prospect who's looking at your story what package to get. Right. So we're directing, it's very directional, your story is, and I'll kind of put it all together. So once again, name and background, your limiting situation, what was going on prior to Seacret. Okay. You heard about Seacret through a friend, and then boom, you jumped in with the Power Pack. You jumped in with the Pro Pack. Okay. And then you plug into the training. Everybody plugs in the training. Now, which training? I don't know which one it actually was, but the key thing is the prospect that's listening to you. They're like, okay, they got a package and they plug into training. They got a package and they plug into training. This is so important that all of us together as a symphony, as an orchestra, as we tell our story, that as we're telling our story at the end of a webinar or the end of a live presentation, right? Or a living room presentation, it's boom, 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 boom. And everybody's going, I got this package, I plug it into the training. I got this package, I plug into the training. Because the prospect's going, oh, wow. Okay, they got a system here, right? They got a support system here. They got training here. So what happens is it's like their skepticism and or their anxiety goes down a little bit because they're like, wow, they're teaching us how to do this. Okay, so you're saying this in your story. I'm going to put this all together. Excuse me. All right. And then you state your product result, excuse me, or your business result. Okay. And so that might be an example of, now I'm covering my car payment and my rent payment, or now I'm able to scale back part-time at my job because I'm making enough money in my secret business. And then you wrap it up with, this is awesome. Thank you very much. What we don't want to do, this is important. What we do not want to do at the end of a presentation is tell people to sign up. Here's why. Now, if it's just you could say, hey, you know what? I want to be so bold as to say, welcome to the team. You can say something like that. But if there's 10 of you sharing the same thing at the end of your story going, sign up, sign up, sign up, sign up, it's too much, right? Your prospects are in a fetal position in the chair or whatever, at their house or, in the live presentation because everybody's telling them sign up. They'll sign up if they want to, right? Yeah, when the presentation's over, you're going to ask the closing questions or whatever. But for us that are telling our story, we should just say, hey, at the end of sharing our story and our result, we say, hey, this is awesome. I'm having a blast. Thank you very much. Thank you, Seacret. Whatever. Thank you, Club Seacret. That's it. You don't need to say, you need to sign up. You need to sign up right now. You'd be brain dead not to sign up. Listen, let your friend share that to their prospect, but you don't need to say that, right? You just need to say, thank you. It's awesome. I'm having a great time. So let's review this after the presentation story, because this is important. Because if each and every one of you nail this down, okay, and you get coached through, because now that I'm training on it, now you guys can share it and your leadership can help coach you on it and refine it even better. Okay. So let's go through it again real quick. Okay. So I'm going to make this up. Okay. Because my story, I don't need to get into my story because it's not really relatable to the masses. Let's talk about something that's relatable to the masses. Okay. I'm going to make this up. Okay. I'm going to say, hey, my name is John. I'm from the UK and I'm a painter and a mechanic. And I've got basically 2 jobs and I got 2 kids and a wife and I barely see them. Literally, I work 80 hours a week and I was looking for something. So I heard about Seacret from a friend of mine. I saw it. It made sense to me. I jumped in. I got the power pack because I couldn't decide if I wanted to get nutrition or the skincare part. I know my wife wanted the skincare part, so I just went ahead and got both. So I got the power pack and I plugged into the training and here's what's happened. I've made enough money now to where I've scaled my hours back to only 40 hours in my painting and mechanic business. So I'm able to see my family a lot more. It's awesome. And I'm really hopeful for the future. So thank you very much. That is a simple story. Okay. So maybe from a women's perspective, it can be like, my name is Mary. I'm a school teacher. I just recently had 2 twins. And so now I'm home with my 2 twins and I really don't want to go back to teaching school because I want to hang out with my babies. Right. And so I was kind of looking for something. I heard about Seacret through a trusted friend of mine. I jumped in, I got the pro pack. I was all in on this thing, plug into the training. And here's what's happened. I've actually made enough money now where I don't have to go back to school to teach. I can stay home with my babies, raise my babies. My husband's covering the other piece there, which is awesome. And I'm having a blast with this thing. So thank you very much. Bam. That is basically the story that we need to do. So you got to look at, what is your limiting situation that was going on? Were you not seeing your kids enough? Maybe you weren't seeing your girlfriend or boyfriend enough or your family enough. Maybe you're not in a relationship, but you want to see your family more. Maybe you like to play golf and you haven't played golf in 2 years because you haven't had a time to do it, right? So whatever's real for you, what happens is when you share what's real for you, the prospect is going, wow, yeah, man, I haven't played. Like maybe they like to play pickleball or tennis, or they like to play whatever they like to do, but they don't get a chance to do it that much. So by you sharing your truth, the prospect's looking at your story going, me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I feel that way too. You know what? I'm going to go do this thing. See, what's happening is as all of us share our story, we have different skin colors, different races, different languages, different hair color, length, everything. Okay. And somebody is going to identify with you, whether you're a coach or a teacher or a mechanic or an engineer or a banker or real estate or entrepreneur, whatever. Okay. Maybe you're someone that's had a couple of businesses that you retired and now you want to do something that's more meaningful and you want to travel and make money. That there's always different reasons. What motivates. There's always different reasons why we join. So state your truth. Don't try to get everybody else's truth and package yours and make it seem cool because you want to incorporate everybody else's stuff. No, it's your truth. Because whatever you share your story, that's going to connect with that one prospect that needs to hear your story. Okay. So this is one of the most important ones. And you want to target for about 45 seconds to a minute max. Don't do longer than a minute. Okay. So this is the one that I'd love for you guys to record on your phone. Okay. I'd love for you to record on your phone landscape. Actually, let me exit out of here so you can see me full screen. Landscape. Okay. So you're looking at the phone. Don't look at yourself in the phone. Look at the camera. So you're connecting. See, I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at the camera. So I'm connecting with you. And then I'm looking at myself. So when you look at yourself, you're not connecting with whoever's looking at it. But if I'm looking at you, I'm looking in the camera. Look, I'm connecting with you, right? Same thing you got to do with the camera. Okay. When you're doing a selfie video, landscape means horizontal. Vertical obviously is vertical, right? But I want you to do it landscape. Okay. And you look in the camera and you share your story. And guess what? You're going to have to do I don't know how many 50 or 100 takes. I don't know. But this has to be rolling off our tongue, because the better we get at sharing our story, the better that we're going to be better for each other and can create social proof for each other, right? Because your friend's not going to listen to you, but they'll listen to all of us sharing our story and our truth. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. All right. So let's jump in and share a few more things here before I wrap up. Okay. So now we're going to talk about your 3-step setup story. This is what you say before you press play on the video. Okay. Or as kind of from a prospecting standpoint, I'm going to give you the framework first and kind of share with you a little bit. Your why, you're all in, don't sell here. Be careful not to sell. And then the takeaway. Okay. So let me break it down for you. So once again, back to the limiting situation. Okay. This time I will do my 3-step setup prior to me getting in network marketing. Okay. So let's say we're all in a webinar right now, which we are. Okay. And I'm about to present Seacret to you. Okay. I'm going to say, hey guys, appreciate you for jumping on here real quick. But you guys, now I'm launching into my why. You guys know me. I've been selling advertising for about 4 years now for that magazine. It's been awesome. I mean, I'm meeting a lot of people. I mean, it's paying my bills. I do client calls during the day. I do client dinners at night. However, I can't make any more money there. No matter how much more I make or how much more I sell, I'm capped out. And I've got goals and dreams that I want to get there a lot faster. And so I've been looking for probably the last 4 or 5 months. I've been looking for something else, and I found it. Like what I found, this new project I'm doing, I'm all in on it. Like I'm going to crush this thing. I'm going to go to the top, but I don't know if it's for you guys or not. I have no idea. So I'm going to kind of lay this thing out. If you love it, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Makes no difference to me. All right. I just didn't want you guys mad at me if I didn't tell you what I was doing. Okay. All right. So let me go into this. Boom. And then I press play on the video, or boom, I start doing the slides. So let me rewind and break this down again. So this is a different way of sharing your story. Okay. Doing the 3-step setup right before you press play on a video. Okay. Or maybe or maybe as you pique their interest to get them to look at a video. Okay. So once again, I was talking about my why, right? You guys know me. Like I was working for a magazine selling advertising. Now, what was my limiting situation? My limiting situation was I can't work anymore, make any more money. Even if I work another 40 hours, I can't make more money. I'm capped out. How many people do we know are capped out on their income? Most people are. Okay. They can't double or triple or quadruple their income, right? So it's capped out on my income. So I've been looking and I found something. So what the why is I'm not trying to be a victim, but I'm being a little bit vulnerable. And I'm kind of showing you my scar a little bit, like what's going on. Like, I'm like, everything's great. Here's what I'm not doing. I'm not saying everything's great and everything's perfect and you got to get in this thing with me. No. I'm saying I'm being real. This is real talk. People appreciate people that are just real, not trying to hype it up, not trying to sell it. Be like, look, here's what's happening, man. I'm doing this. I might be looking great on the outside, but on the inside, man, I need to make more money. Like I've got goals and dreams that I want to do. And so I found something. So now the turn is I'm turning into the all in. Second, I'm going from the why into the all in. So I've been searching, boom, I found something. Okay, I'm all in on this. They need to know that you're all in, because if they think you're just dipping your toes in, they're not going to really listen in and lean in. But if you're all in on something and you're excited about it, they're going to be like, wow. So I say, I'm all in on, like, I found something. I'm all in on this thing. I'm going to go to the top of this and crush it. But as soon as I say that part, I immediately back off and I go to the third part and I say, but I don't know if it's for you or not. I literally put my hands up and I put my shoulders up and I go, but I don't know if it's for you or not. Okay. So this is, you got to be careful when you're in the all in section. When you're talking about you're all in, I'm going to crush this thing, I'm going to go to the top. You got to be careful not to start selling right there. Right. So here's what you don't do. You don't start going, man, I'm all in on this thing. It's travel, it's nutrition. I'm going to crush it. It's the best thing. It's lifestyle. No, you don't do all that stuff. You just say, listen, I found something. You kind of like light up a little bit. You kind of go from here to here, like just a little bit. You're not all hypey crazy, but just you amplify yourself a little bit, right? It's kind of like a movie. The music changes, right? So you're going from your why to all in. Okay. So I found it. I'm jumping in this new project. I'm all in on this thing. Like, I'm going to go to the top and crush this. This is the biggest thing I've ever done, but I have no idea if it's for you or not. All right. I'm going to show this. I'm going to press play on this thing. I'm going to show this. If you like it, cool. Awesome. If you don't, that's fine too. If I know them really well, I'll say, hey, I still love you. Okay. No, it makes no difference to me. And then if we know each other too, I might say, hey, I just didn't want you mad at me if I didn't tell you what I was doing. Fair enough. All right, cool. Boom. I press play. So once again, that's what this 3-step setup does is it takes down the sales wall. It gets them from leaning back with their arms crossed to now leaning forward with their eyes open and their ears open. Okay. This is important. If you don't do this, here's what your prospect's thinking. Oh crap. I got to think of an excuse in my head to tell them that I don't want to sign up. That's what a lot of people are thinking if you don't do this. But if you let them know it's okay to say no, it's like the pressure's off, no pressure, sales walls down. Guess what? They'll lean in, figuratively or literally, they'll lean in. Does that make sense? So that's the 3-step setup. Now, it's the same thing you would do when I'm trying to pique somebody's interest. So right here, my story for prospecting, if I get caught on the phone with somebody and they're basically like, hey, what are you doing now? And I get caught to where I don't want to start selling, but I do want to share a little bit. I might say, hey, you know what? You know me, I've been selling advertising for that magazine. I get into what's going on in my limiting situation. And then I say, I'm all in. And then I'll say, listen, I don't know if it's for you or not, but hey, let's get together for coffee. Let's get together for lunch. Let me run it past you. Well, what is it all about? Well, it's more visual. And so, yeah, man, if you're looking at to supplement your income, then let's sit down. So the thing is you're sharing your story. These are for people that you really know. That's the story for prospecting. Or for some reason, maybe somebody's like, oh my God, you've lost a lot of weight. Or, oh my God, like you look amazing. And you're like, yeah, I mean, here's what's happening. I was struggling. I was doing this. I was doing that. And I got turned on to these products, started taking them. And yeah, I've lost 25 pounds. It's amazing. I don't know if it's for you or not, but here's what it did for me. Let's get together and we'll talk about it. Oh yeah. Right. If you're always sprinkling in, I don't know if it's for you or not, you're safe. You're taking the sales wall down. You're taking the pressure off. All right. That's the story for prospecting. Let's talk about your after the training story. So we're wrapping up here. Okay. You're after the training story. This is important because we can use this story to get people to the next training, for you to get people to the next training. Okay. So your limiting situation or rank before the training. Okay. Obviously you got the ticket. Maybe you didn't have the money or, and you found the money, or you know what? I don't want to just go be a general admission. I want to be a VIP. So I got my VIP ticket, and then the result of what happened afterwards. Okay. So let me go back here. All right. So I'm going to make this up. So real quick, I'd say, hey guys, my name is Brad, or my name is Mary. And, I was kind of stuck at silver for, 6 months. And I was looking to do something, and I thought training, I thought I didn't need training, but here's what happened. I went ahead and went to the last training right here at Accelerate, and I decided to go VIP because I wanted to get really serious about this thing. And here's what's happened. I've sponsored 4 new agents, and those 4 new agents have turned into 16 new agents. And a matter of fact, I already hit gold. I hit gold 4 weeks after the training. So something like that. So here's what was going on before the training. I was stagnant. I was stuck. I wasn't confident in myself. That's a limiting situation, right? This is what you'd be saying to agents that you're trying to get to go to a training, but you're sharing your after the training story. Okay. And so stuck at a rank, wasn't confident in myself, whatever. I went to Accelerate. Here's what happened. Okay. Or I wanted to go to Accelerate, but I was like, man, how do I get there? But you know what? I figured out I borrowed some money from a little bit of money from 3 different people. I found the money. I invested in myself because I'm worth it. And here's what's happened. I sponsored 3 new agents and it's grown to this much. And I hit the next rank. Thank you very much. Boom. You got to go to training. And so this is your after the training story. Okay. So I can't wait to see these a few weeks after Accelerate. Okay. And you guys getting results after Accelerate. That's going to be amazing. Okay. So that's your after the training story. All right. And listen, don't just watch this for yourself. This is the kind of stuff you got to be teaching your new person. The people you go to Accelerate with, you'll have to circle up and practice this. Okay. Your product story, wrapping up here. Your name, your background, obviously, your problem or your challenge. I wasn't losing weight. I didn't have a lot of energy. The energy stuff I was trying gave me jitters or whatever. And so I tried the green caps, whatever. And here's what happened. And then talk about your result. Okay. I know in certain countries, you can't say certain things, but you can, I know in America, you can't say like the word pain and you can't say a disease name. I don't know what it is in Europe. But state the result. I lost this many pounds. I just feel amazing. I feel like I can lift up a dump truck and throw it across the river. I don't know. Right. But it's that identification, who you are. Here's the problem. Tried it, tried it for 6 weeks, tried it for a month. Boom. Here's what happened. That's your product story. All right. And so last but not least is you just got started story, because there's some of you right now, and the people that maybe watch this, next week, the recording of this, is you think your story doesn't matter because you're new. No, it does matter. What matters is who you are, your background, and the situation you were in, which will identify with somebody else, and what happened for you. Okay, so your name and your background. So you notice the pattern here, who you are, your background, because people want to know who are you and what did you do for a living, right? Limiting situation. Okay, so it's the same as the story. You heard about Seacret from a friend, you jumped in with a package, you plug into the training, okay? Or maybe you literally just got started. You could just say, I'm really looking forward to this amazing journey. Or you know what? You could say this, I jumped in with a power pack, I'm going to the next training, and my future is so much brighter than what it was last week. Thank you very much. It's that kind of thing, but you do it with excitement, right? And so let's say, my name is, I'm just making up names. My name is Mike. Okay. I'm making this up. My name is Mike. Hey, my name is Mike. I do car sales and I also do real estate on the side. And my situation was, I'm not making the kind of money I wanted to make. And I heard about Seacret from a friend. I went ahead and said, you know what? I'm going to get the Pro Pack because I'm serious about this. And even though I'm just getting started, man, I am so excited about my life. I thought literally I was stuck in a rut and I was at a dead end. But now my friend that showed me Seacret and Club Seacret here, I'm so much more excited. So thanks very much for having me. Bam. So what's the importance of this story here? It's a new person that's excited that went from, they weren't excited about their future to now they're excited about their future. Maybe somebody in the crowd or somebody that's watching the video is in real estate or used to sell cars or sells cars. So they identify with that person, or maybe they're identify with the salesperson. Right. And so how many people do we know, and us including ourselves, have been in a situation where we're not really happy about our future? Our hope is down, but now all of a sudden something changes and now our hope is up and we're more happier. Think about this. Our prospects are looking at looking at our stories going, wait a second, if I join Seacret, if I join this amazing community, okay. And I think that's, I'm going to talk about this last thing. If I join this amazing community, I can be more confident too. If I join this amazing community, I'm going to have a brighter future too. See, these are all the subconscious things, or not subconscious, but in the back of their mind things, maybe subconscious too. It's like, if I join, I'm going to be happier. If I join, I'm going to lose weight. If I join, I'm going to have more energy. If I join, I can travel around the world more. These are the kind of things that they'll get from their mind, the prospect's mind, when we share our story. That's the key thing. So we got to nail this thing down. So here's the thing. I want you to make sure and watch this training multiple times, practice your stories. And now I got one last piece I want to share with you. Practice your stories, and I want you to record a story in this group. I want you to record it on your phone. You'll do it multiple times. The one you're happy with, upload it so we can get to know your story too, and we can cheer you on. All right. So let me share one last thing. And this is something I showed in a training about 6 months ago. And we all know who Elon Musk is, right? But I want you to see this amazing story with Elon. So check this out.
People who've been in the rocketry business for decades, who say about you that you don't know what you don't know.
Well, I suppose that's true of anyone. How can anyone know what they don't know?
But when critics say you can't do this, your answer to them is,
we've done it.
You know, there are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight in the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that, because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. You know, I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult.
Did you expect them to cheer you on?
So they're hoping they would.
What are you trying to prove to them?
What I'm trying to do is to make a significant difference in spaceflight and help make spaceflight accessible to almost anyone. And I would hope for as much support in that direction as we can receive.
Wow, it's so powerful that Elon had this. Hold on one second, put my camera back on. I mean, he teared up. He was emotional because he's doing something that nobody's ever done before in a different way. And so why did I want to show you that? That's the wealthiest man in the world. He's doing things with electric cars and spacecraft and all kinds of things. And he's doing something that mankind have never done before. Right. And so in a smaller way, so to speak, we're building our business. And there's a lot of people that don't understand what you're doing, and they don't understand what we are doing together. And so by us nailing down our stories, by us articulating our stories in the right way, we're going to create so much social proof that it's self-evident that Club Seacret is the best lifestyle community in the world, is the fastest growing lifestyle community in the world. And so we're going to help so many more people in doing this. It's going to be awesome. And so with that said, I'm going to hand it back over to you, Efrosini. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are amazing. I can't wait to see you guys hit gold and beyond. And you guys are going to crush it over there at Accelerate. And so with that said, God bless. We'll see you guys later.
There you go, guys. There you have it. So new week, new beginning. Let's hit the road running. We've got literally 4 weeks to go until Accelerate. Let's go for gold. Let's go for platinum. Let's go for ruby, like whatever goal that you're putting to achieve. And remember what Jefferson said, record your video, post it on the group. If you're brand new watching this training and maybe you were not part of the Go for Gold challenge, it's not too late to join us as well. You can also participate in the challenge. The main things you need to do, you can go back and watch the videos that we posted on this challenge and start doing minimum 1 personal presentation a day, 6 days a week, 6 presentations a week, and focus on the goal you want to achieve by Accelerate. See you guys in Paris, and for next week, we will have Diamond, Octavian going through closing and overcoming objections. Have an awesome, productive, powerful week.